Oh my gosh, we are on the air. Hello, my name is Molly. I'm so excited to be your DM today. I am joined by, in no particular order, my friends all around the screen. Let me take a look. To my right, I have, uh, to my right, we see Patch.
Howdy.
And further to the right of Patch, we see Adora. And
Hi.
beneath Adora, we see Micah. Mika.
That's some whole 3D brain thinking stuff I cannot do.
I am having trouble looking at the stream and looking at the but anyways. So I wanted to talk about kind of some things that you're not going to see and some things that you are going to see, and then we're going to talk about safe words, and everybody's going to practice saying the safe words so that we're ready to go. So today for our game, it's called the Shore Dreams. It's a lot of fun. We hope you really enjoy this. Things I'm not going to touch on here. There will be no sexual violence. There will be no erotic role play. We're not going to do any misogyny. We're not going to do any torture. We're not going to do any player-initiated torture. We're not going to do non-consensual PvP and things that perpetuate racial stereotypes, racism, bigotry, body shaming, or anything of the sort. What we will see today is there will be themes of mind control, illusion, gaslighting, implied murder, imprisonment, forced labor, and being trapped. Also necromancy, if that freaks you out. Kind of if you get uncomfortable while we're going through the game, well, first I'll ask, does anybody have anything else they'd like to add to that? Things that they might not want to see or hear?
Nah, I'm cool as a cucumber.
Cool beans.
We're okay.
All right. So, safe word, if you get overwhelmed or if this goes down a road that you're not comfortable with, is red. So we'll start with directly to my right, Patch. If you could say our safe word.
Yes, indeed. Red.
All right, cool. Adora.
Red.
Wonderful. And Mika.
Red.
Wonderful. So, with all that being done, safety first, always safety first. Let's get this started.
Okay.
All right, so I'm just going to do a brief little intro, and then we'll start rolling some dice. The wind howls down the frozen slopes of Yokotoro Mountain. Its glacial peak gleams brightly as the sun beats down. The wind forms eddies and shifts down the slope of the mountain, traipsing along a crystalline stream that cuts through jagged rock. The stream meets tall grass first, then its rocky route takes it through a bamboo patch. Meandering through dark soil, it finds itself in a forest thick with towering red pine and podocarpus trees. The stream flows past a set-back cabin where two older women sit, drinking tea, passing the day, chatting to one another about the comings and goings at the village. Then the wind whistles past the collapsed sails and salt spray of the docks near the center of the village. Our heroes commissioned a ship to take them to Yokotoro Island in search of an infamous shipwreck, the treasure of Captain Jadescale. Captain Jadescale was said to be a famous Emeraldkin pirate that amassed massive amounts of gems, gold, and magical items in their career as a pirate south of Chult. They say he met his ends in shoals far to the south, shoals infested with merfolk. Rumors pointed you to the Tavern of Yokotoro, the Shore of Dreams. There, you made the acquaintance of the warm, welcoming, and charming Pisca, Murasa, the human barmaid with a 1,000-yard stare, and the standoffish tiefling bouncer, Temerity. Cutting a deal with Pisca, she has arranged lodging for you and food for the night, as well as negotiated a good price to transport you to the last known place the ship was seen for the next day. You sit, the three of you, a centaur, a half-elf, and Adora, and so we can shift over to the group view. And Adora, what is your character's...
Also a half elf.
And so two half-elves, because Numerical superiority. Let's go. So if you could say, as you're sitting around this tavern, there's busy. Murasa, the barmaid, is shifting and seems to be very distracted from everything that's going on around her. You have to place your order 3 or 4 times before food comes. And so as she stands in front of you, getting ready to take your order, she turns and looks at Maeve and says, and what does she see?
So Maeve is sort of like difficult not to crack, but just basically a really beautiful woman with a very like very neutral or sometimes cold expression. Maeve has a reputation for being like this like super scary like ship captain, maybe pirate captain, but that's alleged. Um, who like never speaks and is just like everyone's like terrified of her. They call her the Lynx, and she's just got this like beautiful regal air about her, and you know can seem very condescending a lot of the time. That is what they see.
All right, and so you very quickly learn that Murasa is not able to provide you with any real variety in food. Yokotaro has pretty much got a few grainy tubers and fish for dinner and some fresh vegetables. So, you'll eat okay, but it won't be anything special. It seems like a weird perfunctory service she's performing. And so she turns next at the person who's maybe got twice the amount of legs as expected.
Lex is a centaur, about 6'8", but 4 foot of that is horse. So think like little Sebastian size, and you've got the idea of how much horse we're talking here. Centaurs are medium in 5e. Uh, she's a bay horse, so that sort of reddish kind of pelt with the black tail, and the torso is just absolutely covered in tattoos, just like a big navel sleeve all down the left arm, and the right and the torso are all this blue and green Celtic knotwork. It's kind of actually, if you look closer, is sort of tearing into the navel tattoo, maybe erasing it a little bit. That's something they're a little self-conscious about.
Nice. And they're medium, they're not mid, just to be clear. Quickly, not knowing what to do, confusedly offers Lex a feed bag, which I assume would be turned down.
I mean, it depends on how good the roats are.
Mid, not medium, mid. All right.
Yeah.
And so after kind of, as she's just sort of staring off into space, and she comes back and she looks at the other half elf at the table, a more familiar face.
So the other half elf, in contrast to Maeve, is a total chatterbox and has already been distracted, blathering away to some local patrons about some tall story about her past. And again, in contrast, she's maybe not particularly beautiful for a half elf. They do tend to edge to the side of beautiful as far as humans are concerned. Anyway, she instead is a bit more ruddy, certainly much more ruddy than your average elfin person. Doesn't have the usual sort of pale, clear skin or rich, dark hue of darker skinned elves. She's got a ruddy, salt-stained face, and probably the best way to describe her in the parlance of public school girls is jolly hockey sticks.
Am I supposed to know what that means?
I have the same question.
Jolly hockey sticks, rah rah rah, jolly good, frightfully good show. Oh, that sort of
Okay.
posh obliviousness, jollying people along, keeping them up, trying to keep them upbeat, even if like they really don't want to be kept upbeat. That's how I would define jolly hockey sticks.
Lovely, jolly hockey sticks. As well as, things that you get when you subscribe to the Transverse. The first thing is you learn UK slang here, and we're so happy to provide Jolly Hockey Sticks for you, the subscribers, for you, the viewers. Thank you so much for your support, and please Twitch Prime.
That'll be on the test. So
that'll be on the test. Jolly Hockey Sticks. At the break, maybe we can't prove it. It's possible that Critical Role will be giving away something. It's possible. It's unlikely, but it's possible. So remember, Jolly Hockey Sticks. So as you sit in this tavern, Marasa will shift off behind this bar, and you see a good mix of tiefling, elves. They're all sitting around. Maybe there's a couple of them wrapping up a game of dice, and you see the beautiful Pisca, bright blue skin, and just gorgeous red hair. I'm going to see if I can show that to you now.
Just for the benefit of the chat, what Jolly Hockey Sticks is a vibe which embodies posh obliviousness and too much cheerfulness even when it's not necessarily wanted.
That's basically what I said.
All right, everybody should be able to see Pisca. So this beautiful woman gets up on stage, and she's So she's singing the most carefully written around. Joe Bean is actually the name of the song. So you hear this going around, and I need everyone to make, as your food comes out, I need everyone to make perception checks.
I rolled a 1.
I wanted to get a good die sound for that one.
Here, I'll contribute.
Nice. That was a clunker.
It's my metal one.
Yeah, makes sense.
All right, so what do we got?
Looks like a 22 on my end.
Oh, okay.
Mine is a 9. My result is a 9.
All right. So, as the food comes out, darling, your food just looks wonderful. It's this beautiful plate of it's a nice home style stew with like fish fritters, and there's fresh fruit cut up with it. It's wonderful.
Fantastic. Nothing but hardtack for 5 days. This is just what I've been looking for.
And maybe you're just drawn in by this beautiful tea. And so, but our friend here, Lex, you will notice a strange dusting of some kind of powder over everything there. And you saw, as Marasa was going by, one of the other patrons sprinkled a bit of something in the food as she walked by.
Ooh, what are these little rice roly things? Amazing. This looks delicious.
Hey, not for nothing, but do seasonings usually sit on top of soup like that? That's,
Maeve gives you a look.
I mean, listen, okay, Veggie, I don't do a lot of stews over here, but if you think it would mix in and not sit on the top, that just seems strange, that's all. And also, somebody else added it as they were walking past. You don't want, maybe want it.
Maeve gives you a more consternation look.
It's probably just a local delicacy, darling. I wouldn't worry about it.
A local delicacy that
All right.
people will drop on your food without saying, okay.
So it's just how they mix the drinks here. No. Okay. So we have Darling. Darling decides to eat. Maeve, do you eat?
No.
Maeve does not eat. And I'm assuming that neither does Lex eat.
Oh, definitely not. We're prey animals. We got to be skittish.
That's it. Wonderful.
Yeah, this
So
raw fish is just really delicious. I'll
Aw.
have some more of that and more of that one. All these little plates. It's very quaint, isn't it?
Maeve gives you a very concerned and slightly plaintive look. I'm gonna do this a lot.
Wonderful. I love this. The idea of this, like, I would really love to have like gotten together and written backstories of like how this dynamic worked out, or really didn't, but you stuck together for the kids. So there's this as the lute and banjo performance of Jobeen reaches into its American Pie number of verses. You see like dancing lights start to come out over the stage, and you see this beautiful illusion magic start to take over the stage in front of where Pisca has been performing. And by the time that she is done, is there anything you want to do while she is performing?
Applaud loudly.
In the middle of it. So Jobeen,
Whenever there's a
Jobeen,
break, you know how it
Jobeen,
is.
Jobeen.
When she hits the high notes.
I was tempted. That's really tasty bait for a dungeon master. But all right. So as the performance comes to an end, Darling, you go unconscious. The other two, you see Pisca looks down at the two of you, and she says loudly, and or kind of she tries to call Temerity, the tiefling bouncer, over to the side of the stage, and she'll say, why did only one of them go down?
Maeve gives. Can we hear that?
Lex can.
Okay.
Lex, let's roll the ears for the evening.
I think Lex is gonna saunter. I mean, I'll go down if you want, but like, come on.
It's as long as it's negotiated. Everyone must consent. That's what it's about here.
Exactly.
All on the table, Shore of Dreams. So as she stands there, she says, now Temerity, get the guards and have them dragged down to the cave. I have no time for this foolishness. And you'll see her start to move her hands and do an incantation, and you see her teleport out of the cantina.
Oh yeah.
Muras, go ahead.
Sorry. Just let me know if I get to know any of this information. I'm telling this to let me know if Lex tells me these things.
Lex, are you sharing this as you hear it? I mean, you would have seen her teleport out.
Yeah, I feel like that's a product. So yeah, a little bit of confusion there. She wants to drag us down to the caves, which I don't really know why she's bothering, since we were going into the caves anyway, but I guess they want to make it more uncomfortable for all of us.
Maeve abruptly stands up and, like, scooting her chair back. Everyone kind of looks at her, and she just like looks around, pauses for a second until everyone goes back to their food, grabs I forget the name of the other half elf.
Darling.
Grabs Darling, throws her over her shoulder, and just starts walking out immediately.
You're just going out the door?
Yeah.
All right,
I don't
cool.
want to be. I don't want any part of that.
That's fair. That's fair. So picking up and carrying, you see for a half elf, she looks pretty lithe. But you see as just wearing this wonderful weightlifting belt that really supports her core, and so you just see a little bit of magic burn through, kind of the weave sort of blends around her skin, and she whisks whisks darling up onto her shoulder and starts to walk out. The tiefling will have made her way out of the building, and you'll hear a horn go off, and there will be, and then yeah. So, what would you like to do? You hear this, so you're making your way out.
Yeah, are you following?
I'm
Lex?
following.
Honestly, I think Lex would be trying to find the wait staff to pay for the food. She doesn't believe in running out on the bill, even if they did try to poison you.
All right.
If you mention that as I'm walking out, I'll just kind of.
All right, so all right, so Lex is wandering over. You've seen Marasa will kind of be pacing back and forth at the bar, just kind of with that 1,000-yard stare, and you hear her saying that this is not happening again. This is not happening again. As you get to the door, Maeve, you are greeted by 4 guards that really look like they're down to dance. Roll for initiative.
Okay. So now that we are rolling for initiative, I have a class feature. So I'm playing a Dreadlord, which is a subclass of the Warlord class. And one of my things that I can do happens is so when we roll for initiative, the first attack basically against an allied creature from a hostile creature in the combat has disadvantage. Letting you know now.
The first attack. And this is the Warlord as written by Kibbles Tasty.
Yeah, Kibbles Tasty. Thank you.
We love Kibbles Tasty. The other class that's being played is the AOTT, who I believe is by Ross Lesser or Ben Hoffman.
Ross Lesser through Outlandish Adventure Productions, yeah.
Through OAP, Ross Lesser. We love Ross Lesser. We love Ben Hoffman. We love Taryn Pounds. Thank you so much. And this adventure is written by, I will grab the name before we go. I will make sure that people know how to access it. It's been wonderful. So, Maeve, what did you roll for me?
I rolled a 1, and so my result is 1.
Dang. All right. Micah. Oh my gosh, is it Mika or Micah?
It's Micah.
Micah, got it. Cool.
There's
What was the
nothing meek
initiative?
about Micah.
That
I
is
remember.
true.
Yeah, this is
That is true.
It's not Yorka.
Well, so what did you roll, Mika?
Out for what?
Initiative?
Oh, for initiative. Aren't I
yep.
unconscious?
You are unconscious. You're probably going to be dropped at some point, which I will allow you to make some saving throws to see if you wake up. But
Okay.
yeah.
And
Lex,
saving
what
throw?
did you get?
Oh, so you want me to do initiative anyway?
Yes, please.
Okay. I got a nat 20.
I got a nat 1, so that's teamwork.
All right, Lex, what did you get?
I got a 21, and I'm a little nervous about how top-loaded these rolls are.
All right, cool. So as this starts to come in, the veterans say, "You should have just eaten the food," and they pour into the door here. First up, Lex, you see.
When they say that, Maeve raises a very distinct eyebrow at them.
And you hear. So Lex, you're first. You see these guards pouring in, blocking the path of your friends as they go to leave.
Yeah. I guess before we get started proper, there is a question I have to ask the two of y'all, and that is, which of you let me tattoo you since the last rest? Because that's one of my class features.
Who's the more
basically-
Almost
tattoo
certainly
friendly?
have let you tattoo me just because it's just the sort of thing
Yeah,
that
probably her.
Lavinia would love to have randomly.
Awesome. Yeah, so the way that works basically is it lets us share temporary hit points back and forth. Whenever you take damage, I'll get them, and whenever I cast a spell, you'll get them. It goes both ways. Makes
Cool.
both of us a little more tanky, but if you're asleep, it might not be the most helpful.
I mean, people who are asleep need some tankiness.
Well, that's fair enough, yeah.
And I'm clunking around in plate armor, so I'm less in need, I guess.
The only strange thing about it is that the tattoo fades by the end of your next rest, so I guess you're gonna be sore for a while.
It's also going to keep
No,
pestering you.
it's just paper and washcloths. You just keep a big roll
Oh,
of
yep,
temporary
that'll do it.
tattoos, and so it's like butterfly, Pikachu. Sorry,
Oh, no.
electric mouse.
I don't want a tramp stamp. Little butterfly at the base of my spine or something.
You do want or you do not want?
Do not want.
Do not want.
I want a bigger, better tattoo than that.
Okay,
Fair enough.
you got it.
Let's see. I think Lex is not exactly a fighter, but also she doesn't love what's going on here with all of that. So I think just dropping some coins on the bar, she's just gonna charge over and see if how many squares is that? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. I would have to dash to get all the way over there, but if these guys are getting in the way, Lex is absolutely gonna try and mix it up.
All right, cool. So you dash over.
Unfortunately, no hooves attack this round.
All right.
What was that about Stu? What's the problem? What's going on? Hi guys, what's up?
Darling, you are blissed out. You are like having the best sleep of your life. Like you remember like your parents would pump you full of sugar and take you to a theme park and let you bounce off the walls to pester others, and then you go home and you just conk for like a hot 15 hours. It's that level of sleep. You're vibing. Wow. So barreling across this room, you see this large centaur tearing through the tavern. The veterans will step forward, and they're gonna like swing weapons. They have like long swords that they're gonna attack you with.
Okay.
I know, right? They're saying you should have eaten the food.
It's kind of cringe, but okay.
It is
so
kind of
delicious.
cringe.
Can I have another bit, please?
So that
I want one of those choosh rolls. Yes, that's the ones.
All right, the
Schultz,
first two
rolls.
The first two against you, Lex, are 21 and 16. Which one of those hit?
The 21 definitely will, but the 16 is a miss.
16 will miss. All right, cool. And then long sword. So you will take 7 damage from that.
Right off the top.
Right off the top. All right. The next will take its chance, seeing that you're barreling over towards it. It sees you trying to escape first, so it'll be preparing to swing at
Good.
Maeve here. 1 miss, 2. That's a nat 1. All right, we're switching dice. All right, a 12. Does that hit? 24 will hit you. So that'll be 7 slashing damage.
Okay.
And this last guy will slide up, and because I can't layer you over, I'm just going to move you over here. We'll slide up and we'll take another swing.
They're all like, we have 8 longswords coming at us right now.
You have 8 longsword attacks, but a total of 2 hit. And so as they said this, as they shake their head and said, you should have done this, you look into their eyes and they seem very tired. And they're swinging at you and they seem to be missing, and they're fully, they have chainmail armor on, but it's raggedy, and they don't seem to have their full heart into it.
Good.
Next up is Dora, Maeve.
Yes. So Maeve is going to look at these exhausted, annoyed veterans, and just she's going to look down her nose at them in disdain, and they are going to get the coldest look that they have ever gotten. I'm just going to roll intimidate right now. That's my action.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. I got a nat 1. So my result is 11. do with that what you would like to.
So as you see, kind of dodging out of the way of swords, as this heavy plate armored person, having sat down and eaten in their plate armor, or attempted to eat, charges out the door with their friends swung over their shoulder. A nick landed on their right thigh, and after that they said no more. And with this kind of with Darling slung over the shoulder, as you go to stare these people down, you lose your grip on Darling and are barely able to keep her up, and this jostle will allow you to make a saving throw. Mika.
Okay.
Micah. Top of the order, Lex.
Oh wait, I have a bonus action too.
Bonus action.
Yes, so I'm gonna use my urgent orders leadership dice ability from the warlord class. So I can expend one of my 5 leadership dice, which are d6s, to give one of my allies movements, like the ability to move their movement speed without provoking, and then they get temporary hit points. So I'm gonna use urgent orders on Lex, and I'm gonna say. So this is nobody else besides perhaps her companions have heard her speak before. So Maeve turns to Lex and says, I think maybe now would be a good time to get out of here. That way could be cool. I mean, like, if you want, I guess. That is my urgent order, saying that maybe you should leave, because I can let you just, like, yeet without provoking. You don't have to leave, but that's my suggestion.
Well, I don't want to leave y'all, but I guess if you think it's a good idea,
I'll be just fine.
Okay, if you're sure.
Yeah. So, yeah, you can move your movement speed however you want to.
Apparently I cannot go because there is a wall there. The movement won't let me.
Which way you want to try to go
I
out?
figured I'd be heading out the door, yeah. There it goes.
Cool. So you would probably run around and get to about there. So you're gonna take. Do they
Well, no,
take
you
opportunity
can. Well,
checks?
I guess you have to run it. Nope, no provoking.
Okay, wonderful.
So you don't
So
have
they
to
make
dodge
their way
around.
around.
Yep, and then you get 1 temporary hit point.
Nice.
And now I get to move this leadership die into my demoralization dice, which is a Dreadlord feature, and that'll come up later. Now my turn is over.
Wonderful. Mika, what was your saving throw?
Constitution?
Yes.
It was a 6.
All right. So you are so chill.
No, darling, don't. No. That's not lube. It's a gelatinous cube.
It would tingle something fierce.
Oh no, I've broken the GM. I'm sorry.
I've never heard that before. So here we go. That's not lube. It's a gelatinous cube. I think that needs to be put on t-shirts. Please make sure get participating in chat. Make sure you're liking, subscribing, following us on YouTube. If you want That's Not Lube, It's a Gelatinous Cube t-shirts made. Thank you so much. Twitch Prime. So as we are here, the veterans just kind of turn around and say, come on. Pisca's gonna kill us if we let them get away, and this one will move over and will attempt to grapple you. Lex.
Who?
Oh, well, I mean...
So roll in acrobatics.
Wait, doesn't Lex go before them?
What an idiot. You should never approach
Oh,
a
wait.
horse from behind.
Sorry,
Everyone
Lex.
knows that.
Sorry, Lex, you're first. Sorry.
You can get out of the way. You can yeet.
I
You don't have
could,
to.
but the cat is sitting in my dice tray, so.
I think that it means it's time to role play.
um, yeah, Lex is kind of panicking a little bit. I imagine she's seen a couple fights by this point, but she's a city girl. She's not used to this kind of sort of thing. She doesn't know what to do here. And as she is panicking, I think her tattoos start to glow. The blue and the green, they start glowing more and more fiercely, and then a spell happens as she casts sleep on these guys. And I really
Nice.
hope they have less hit points than we do. And
I hope they do too.
yeah, that would be very embarrassing, but I guess we could knock ourselves out for their ease if they're gonna. So that's 6, that's 11, that's 19, that's, wow, 26, 27, and I'm doing 2 more because I cast this at 2nd level, so 31 and 34 hit points worth of people fall asleep, assuming that is enough.
Okay, wonderful. So this guy will fall asleep. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's an appropriate size for these icons. Asleep. There it is. Plus asleep.
Easy.
So I'll move him
And,
over here for ease.
right. And
So
Darlin will also gain 4 temporary hit points because I cast a spell.
nice. All right. So, Micah.
Wait, do you
roll
want to
con
move?
save. Oh yeah, do you want to move?
Yeah. Yeah, if you can get away, I think I can follow safely.
Well, okay, I trust you. Yeah, we're gonna do this. Let's head out. And I think that is 40. So there we go.
All right, you are gonna take an opportunity attack. 20 hit.
Oh, for sure.
Okay. 20. Oh no, it's not a multi attack. So you'll take another 7 damage on that.
Okay. Yeah, I can't overstate enough that Lex is just a centaur, not armor or anything. Just like maybe a vest and sports bra at best.
Centaur and a sports bra. We love that. Love a good fantasy sports bra. Not enough of those. A lot of plate mail bikinis. Not a lot of fantasy sports bras. Let's normalize that. Can we normalize that? We can normalize that.
Listen, when you're a horse, you need some support. That's a lot of up and down motion.
My goodness, isn't it true? I'd never thought about it. I've never been a horse, or the amount of time I've been a horse has been negligible. I don't want to say never because you never know. Life is too long.
They probably shouldn't do an advert on TikTok, though, because then the centaur exclusionary radical feminists will get angry about it.
You never want to tangle with the serfs. They're always looking to control the means of production. So here we go. The veterans will they're sort of grumbling to one another, and they'll say, "Why do they always run?" And this one will start to run and try to chase you down. We'll dash and we'll try to get around in front of you. You want an opportunity attack?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I have better things to use my reactions on.
Another one will dash down.
Oh, they're all just running after her.
Only 2 are.
Okay, well, that's still fine.
Okay, and the third one will start to grapple. We'll try to grapple Micah out of your. We'll try to grapple Darling out of your hands.
Okay.
So make a contested athletics check.
Okay. My result is 19.
All right. His result is a 9. So he goes to just drop her already. Come on. I don't want to hurt her more. The Pisca needs her to work. Come on. And so yeah, next up, bottom of the
Oh,
order.
I have a reaction.
All right.
So I'm going to use one of my demoralization abilities, which is Are You Sure? When a creature ends their turn within 5 feet of me, as a reaction, I can expend a demoralization die and force them to make a wisdom saving throw. The DC
Okay.
is 15.
So that's a 17.
Okay.
Nah.
Nothing happens.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. What would you like to do on your turn?
Okay. So on my turn, let's see. I am going to, yeah, I'm gonna start by just running after them. What's the like distance situation if I run after them?
They're about, the first one is about 40, 50 feet. The second one
Okay,
is
they
about
both
60 feet.
dashed.
They both dashed.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna use my bonus action to use another leadership die and do urgent orders on myself. So I'm gonna move 30 feet with my bonus action and get without provoking. And can you move me outside?
Absolutely.
Thanks. So I'll get like, pretty close or whatever, and then I will get 6 temporary hit points. I don't know how to do that on the screen, but I'll just remember for a sec. Oh, here we go. I found it. I have 6 temporary hit points. And then I will move. I guess that you're probably not gonna. Yeah, well, it is what it is. Yeah, so then I will move, and I will go up to Lex and kind of like on the far side, like getting away. Maybe that's fine. And it's just I will attack. I'm gonna use the attack action. I get to attack, so I'll attack the one that is like blocking the way away, basically.
Swing. They never expect the attack action. That's the sneak. That's the big play. So like, done D&D players. So 5e system player to 5e system player. Like they never expect just the attack. You just go there with a sword and you go, ha!
Oh, right. Weapons. I did not select a weapon.
Aha.
Yeah, I've got some big hammer of some kind.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll figure
we'll
that
do
out
them all.
in a
That'll
sec.
be a 2d6. Two-handed?
Yes.
Okay, so
Sounds
it'll be
perfect.
a 2d6 strength weapon.
Okie dokie. So I will. Yep, I'm gonna attack this one. So what I can do with my class is I can give other people one of my attacks, but I don't think that like you're gonna want an attack, and I'm not convinced that that the rogue is gonna be able to use an attack. So I'm just gonna attack twice. Like I can hurt. I can make them hurt. Okay, my first attack is 19.
Hits.
Okay. The damage is 11.
Okay.
And then my second attack is 22 or 21, so I'm assuming that hits also.
Yes.
And then the damage is 13.
All right.
So you see Maeve just like coldly sort of like psyching herself up, like whispering to herself and getting out of the way of this of the one that stayed behind with her, running up to Lex and just taking her hammer and just really smashing this guy back and forth.
Wow.
That's all.
So
We're just completely stone-faced.
Well, we are doing a live show for a wonderful Twitch audience. Please make sure you subscribe to the Transverse. No, just kidding. But yes, absolutely do that. Wonderful news content, wonderful tabletop content, wonderful Fortnite playing, #quality content. And also cooking shows and all other things. As this guard gets bashed by this maul. Just Cinnabon right to the dome. Auntie Anne's Pretzels just burying this person.
Auntie Anne's Pretzels follows me on Instagram and Twitter.
That's impressive. That's clout. So we go forward here, and as this happens, you see Marasa break out and say, guys, Jeff, Robert, stop. If we have any chance of getting rid of her, it's them. Maybe they can help us.
I feel like Jeff is going to be a lot less excited than Robert to listen after that.
All right, Lex, you're up. After hearing that, you hear Marasa come out and make this plea.
Yeah, I think Lex is fully on board with not fighting these people who tried to poison her. She is super not interested in getting stabbed more because that's not fun. So, yeah, I think she's just going to sort of look down at this guy directly closest to her and go, yeah, we can help you. Just stop stabbing us, jerk. And yeah, I don't know. Do you think that would be a persuasion or intimidation?
Are you doing it in like a kind way, or are you trying to be intimidating?
Sounds like intimidating, yeah.
All right, intimidate away.
That would be a 12.
The result is 12, if you couldn't hear it while you were...
I was adjusting
sorry.
my undercarriage. Yeah, no. So roll with advantage. Roll again.
Oh, alrighty.
You're right next to me, so.
That is still a 12. The second one was a nat 1.
Do you have like a -8 modifier on that?
No. I just have a 0.
So they say, you hear the guards say back to her, she said, "This could kill just your whole family. What makes you think that these folks are going to fare any better?" And Marasa will say back, "Look, we have to end this sometime. We can't go on with her forever. The tiefling is gone. The Triton is gone. If we take them to the cave, they can help us." And the guards will sort of relent and set down their swords.
Nice.
So
Poor Jeff.
Jeff, she takes Jeff in and offers him the food that was sitting at your table. She doesn't know that it's not good, so she'll offer it. And she'll sort of wake up Jim, who's the guard who fell asleep on the stage.
So Maeve is gonna kind of look at Lex and look like, so they're going back inside. Maeve is gonna look at Lex and look over to the tavern and look back at Lex and like raise an eyebrow.
Well, if we want to go in the cave to find the treasure, I think they might be our better option, because like clearly there's something screwy going on down there.
Maeve is gonna make this face. I don't know what to call it, but and then start walking in.
I mean, we could just go down the cave ourselves if you prefer. That would be an option too.
Maeve will shrug.
So if you go back in, Marasa will produce a tincture from her pouch and say, "Oh, they must have gotten her. They always do this crap. PG-13. This is Twitch."
While we have this conversation or whatever, like the first thing that Maeve is probably going to start doing is go over to Jeff and like, start trying to like administer first aid basically.
Okay, cool.
If he might not want that.
And
my passive intimidation is high.
Passive intimidation and underused passive stat.
Yeah.
And I think this guy is like, after like seeing you set down the mall, he's still like looking at your arms and like how strong you are, and it's like no. And then you start to fix the wounds that I don't know how do you fix a crushing wound? Start setting bones or something?
We can start by stopping the bleeding,
Okay. All right, so
Marasa, I'm not that great at it.
Marasa will provide a tincture to y'all. to bring Darling back. She'll say, I wasn't able to hand this over to you before everything happened. I'm sorry. Pisca is awful. She you know, my family used to own this tavern, and then Pisca came and took it. Everyone here used to own ships and everything, and Pisca took it all. But please help us get rid of her.
Maeve is gonna raise an eyebrow, and then make a kind of like slightly disgusted face.
Now, hold the phone, actually. You couldn't get it to us before? Like, you knew what they were doing? Do you always try to throw strangers at your problems? Is that how this works?
Every time a ship comes in from abroad, comes in from the outside world, Pisca tries to kidnap them. They actually kidnap my boyfriend, Roland. He's down in the cave now. They tend to work the people they capture to death, and they never come back.
What work is there to do in a cave?
Just continuing to fiddle. You know, like of the three of us, like Lex is the only one who likes to speak and is awake. So you're gonna do a lot of heavy lifting in this conversation.
So Darling is back to consciousness.
Oh,
So
great! Finally, we get some Darling.
I've been fed. I was waiting for them to feed me the tincture, but okay, it's been fed to me.
So that
I guess she just kind of starts making noises, and mutters something along the lines of, "No, Mama, I don't want to take the medicine. It tastes like fish."
Maeve rolls her eyes.
These steps are not a comfortable seat. Ow. Did I get thrown out already? I don't think I drank that much.
No,
Alright,
don't worry about
I'll
it. You
put
just
you
got
down now.
mildly poisoned.
But that was poison. I just thought it was a local condiment.
I mean, what's the difference, really?
Well, I didn't want to be rude. After all, that Pisca lady seems so nice. Where is she anyway? Did she finish singing? Did I
she
miss all
did
her
do that.
songs?
Well, there was just the one, and then she teleported out and told the guards to drag us away and throw us in the cave. So, a standard evening, I suppose.
Yeah, there's still like a bunch of patrons in here. Was there anyone else? Did they leave?
As soon as the scuffle broke out, they shifted out a back door. This seems like a dance that they've done before.
Cool.
Rad. Okay. Cool. Maybe we should go look for a different treasure elsewhere where there's not a bunch of people trying to kidnap us.
Oh, stuff and nonsense. Don't be silly. When's the last time you got to search for a real pirate's buried treasure?
Yeah, Maeve is just rolling her eyes. So every single sentence.
It'll be fun. Come on, perhaps. And after all, it's another excuse. Wait, what are we doing? Who's this? You're the bar person, aren't you?
Yes, I am Marasa.
That's right. I thought I recognized you.
Will you help us? Pisca has been terrorizing our town for the last 5 years.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Maeve is
so nice.
Walking over.
She lent us a ship and everything.
Yeah, as well she is nice to everybody else who comes here before she takes them down to the caves and has them work digging out whatever horrible tunnel she's digging out.
Oh, so it's the old slaver ring trick, eh?
Maeve is just gonna put her hand on Marasa's shoulder and like just look her in the eyes and just like nod and then like turn around and continue about getting prepared and such, healing her own, bandaging her own wound, and Lex's perhaps.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, I guess we're helping. Cool.
Maeve is gonna look at you and shrug.
Yes,
No,
let's
it's
do it,
fine.
chums. There's no time to waste. Which way are the caves, Marasa?
and she will not Jeff but Robert, the guard that wasn't hurt. She'll say, Robert can take you there. He's had to drag other people down there before. He'll take you there, and hopefully you can help us uncover whatever's going on. It's just been awful since she got here. And if you walk with him, you'll be able to take a short rest, and you will arrive to the mouth of the cavern.
Before we leave, Maeve is going to go over to Marasa and kind of say, like, what else can you tell us about this operation down there? What are they doing with the working? What is the layout? What's the situation?
Well, I haven't been because people from the town that go down there aren't allowed to come back. That unless they're in a box.
Maeve looks over to like Robert as well and looks back at Marasa.
Yeah, that's what she'll say.
Oh,
so she hasn't been. She knows where it is. She can get you there, but the people who aren't the guards that aren't part of the ring will not be able to. Don't know much about it.
What do you know about? I mean, it would be. I think it would be pretty helpful if you could tell us everything you know about Pisca and the way that her powers and what she can do and stuff like that. If it's okay with you.
Yeah, so absolutely. So she'll give you kind of a for expediency's sake. She has seen her use. She's a proficient magic caster. She's seen her, call forth really powerful magic. Like you saw her cast Dimension Door, so you know that at least 4th level magic is something that she's doing. And that she's a bard. She casts things through her weapons. And she'll also say, I know that she's very good with her sword.
Do you have any other guards down there, or if you know, maybe Robert knows.
There's only Jeff, Robert, and Jim.
And no other. So it's just her then.
It will be her. I don't see Temerity. I don't see Larissa, but Larissa might be down there with her.
And Larissa and Temerity, are you close with them? Do you think that they would be like helping us, or like do you think that they would be like more like helping her?
Larissa showed up. Larissa and Temerity are the same person. She just goes by 2 names. Temerity came with Pisca when she arrived.
Okay, cool. Is there anybody else? I don't know how many. This is a small place, but is there anybody else like who could come with us and help? Is it just going to be 3 people against 2?
The guards are all worked to death. You saw they could barely swing their swords.
That's not what I experienced.
Well, to be fair, not all adventurers have as much surface area as you. However, you've got twice the you've got 1.5 times the limbs to injure, so you'll have to excuse them that.
Okay, so that's she just. I'm done asking questions now.
Okay, cool.
All right.
So otherwise, they will one of the guards will lead you down to the cave, and you hear in the cave the sound of a sword kind of clashing against like a wooden buckler, the dunk, and you hear a toppling into knee-deep water. You hear kind of like a splash. Let me bring up. Yep.
Sorry, just one of the AOTT traits. Someone who's spending hit dice during a short rest, you can roll twice and choose the best. It's like a meditation thing.
Great.
Wonderful.
I did that. I already got all the way back to full with 1 die. We
okay.
lose temporary hit points at short rest, right?
Sorry?
When we rest, we lose temporary hit points. Is that right?
No.
Oh, cool.
No. All right. So, you will arrive to the cave, and so as you sort of shimmy down this soggy rock face, and you look into the cave, and you see it arcs about 20 feet high at this point. And there is kind of evidence of there's loose rubble all over the place, and you see these thin wooden or bamboo rails that are creating a makeshift jail cell in an alcove on the to the left.
So when we get to the cave, is Robert leaving?
Yeah, to
Okay.
take care of Jeff.
Right.
And earlier was the implication that Robert has been inside this cave?
Robert has brought people down here to have them brought into the palisade, but hasn't been any further.
Okay. Yeah, did they tell us, give us a map of the parts that they know, basically, is the question?
Yeah, and so they'll say about 30 feet in on your left, there's a kind of this jail of sorts where they keep the people who are working for her. And further in, there's this pool of water, and I've seen kind of a weird electric crackling in there, but I don't see it now.
Cool.
Hey,
Right.
weird question.
Usual plan then. I'll sneak in, have a look around, and come back and tell you what's going on.
Okay,
Maybe
but
we'll
make
raise
sure
an
to
eyebrow.
scream real loud if things go bad.
All right. You kind of you can move quietly. As you get about 15-30 feet in, you see another half elf, my goodness, a man with a kind of chestnut hair and a long burly beard, and he says, did Marasa send you? Did Marasa send you?
Does he see her?
Yeah, it's walking down a hallway. There's nowhere to hide.
Okay.
You can walk
Yes,
quietly.
keep it quiet.
Okay. Could you let me out of here?
I look around, make sure there's no guards around or anything like that.
Nope.
Okay. Can I try and pick the lock then?
Absolutely. Make a skill check. Make a sleight of hand check.
Okay. And that is a 25.
Yeah, so you are able to jimmy this. You break out your thieves' tools and you get in there and you pop this open, nice and quiet, pull it open, and you open the gate.
Okay.
And they'll say, thank you very much. I just saw the blue one and the red one go in, and they killed the lightning lizard down the way. And it sounds like they were fighting something else. They broke through to the main chamber.
Right. You clear out of here and don't let anyone know where you've been, just in case they go back to the village and get suspicious.
Thank you. And as the party is sitting out the hall, at the end of the hall, you'll just see a lone half elf running out.
Okay, well, I stop him.
What can I do for you?
What was his name? Okay, what was the name of Mars's boyfriend? Okay, Roland. Are you Roland?
Yes.
So what shape is he? Is he emaciated, clearly had a bad time for a long time?
Yeah, he's been having a bad time for a while. Let me see if I have the journal article here. Guy in a cage. Let's show the players. Show players. Cool. So if you look at number 2.
Cool. Okay.
So this is
Right.
Roland.
So Maeve will say, yeah, so I mean you can go if you want, but have you been further and do you know what the layout of the cave is and stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. About 40, 50 feet in, and he'll describe that there's a puddle of water and a drainage gate, off to your left, and typically the Pisca and Temerity will let a lightning lizard out when they leave, but they put the lightning lizard back in the kind of sewage gate that they open and close. So he didn't see them. They hadn't opened it. That's what kept him from trying to get away. And he said, "Oh, I've been working for weeks on clearing the rock out of here. They discovered some kind of cult temple on the inside. I don't know. It has to do something with." And he points at the wall. And if you look at, share this with y'all. So if you look at this, so he'll point at the wall, and it'll be this X drawn across the background, and you'll see these murals of Sahagwen, these half shark, half humanoid beings rising out of the sea and attacking, and all of them are wearing tabards with this. And yeah, it seems to be an important symbol to whoever lived here.
So, is this something I recognize? Can I roll? And like, does it have something to do with what we've like studied about Captain Jade's scale?
You could make a religion or a history check.
Great, I'll roll history.
Meanwhile, I'm going to continue sneaking into the cave.
Okay,
Cool.
about
Cut over to you, and then come back to this.
So about 50 feet in, you come up to a pool of water, and it's do you wade in?
I'm gonna poke about at it dubiously with my rapier first, see if the bottom is muddy or uneven or anything like that.
It seems uneven, but not uneven in an unnatural way.
Okay. I will move forward. Is it salt water or is it fresh water?
This is salt water.
Okay. I will carefully dry my rapier then and resheath it, and then I will wade as quietly as possible into the water.
Okay, cool. Make another stealth check for me at disadvantage.
Okay.
Unless you can come up with an RP reason that you would quiet your steps in the water.
Well, that's still 20.
Okay, cool. So you move forward, and as you'll get to here, and you'll see the sewage gate that they open and close that they had mentioned, and you'll see this rock wall, and it sort of comes to they seem to have cleared a point and scrambled over,
Okay.
and you hear Temerity and Pisca talking on the other side, and she'll say, you'll hear Pisca say, "Well, I know that there's I don't know where the crown is kept, but I know it is here." And you'll hear Temerity hiss, "Whatever you need." And so you know that they're standing in the next room.
Okay. Then at that point, I will go back and inform the others what I've heard.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. So my history check is 12.
History check is 12.
Wait. Yes, I think it was 12.
Okay.
So this is the 6 and the 9 just have dots to distinguish them. So
it's a nice. It is a cult symbol of some kind, but you're not sure what called it. It had to do with maritime, like you're piecing it together. But as the variations in the symbol kind of go on, some of the X's are more curved and start to look more like water waves. So you put together that it is the cult of the crushing wave.
cool. Lex, do you know any of this? Are you rolling?
No, I think Lex has just been busy bothering Robert. I don't think she's let him leave yet. So what was your plan? Like, I weighed like 700 pounds. Were you guys strong enough to drag me all the way down here if you'd knocked me out?
Oh, you're still talking to the guard.
Yeah, she just has not
okay.
let him. Yeah, she's keeping him busy.
All right. Well, he'll say, we can't always be, Pisca never had any quality control on who would come in. It's just sort of, they got this, the people come in, they want the treasure, and sometimes they have 2 legs, sometimes they have 4 legs. One time a Thri-kreen came by, they had 8 legs. That was different.
Okay, yeah, messed up, but I just mean like in terms of not quality control, but the, do you have a sled or something? How we just came down a cliff, you know?
Well, Piska has a lot of different magic, and I didn't question how she would move things. I knew things arrived where they needed to arrive. I
Huh.
got them to the edge of this cliff, and she'd get them down.
Well, okay, I guess, but I feel like that's exactly how this sort of thing happens. You got to ask questions.
We appreciate you, and in the future, when we hopefully never have to do this again, we'll make sure to keep an eye on that.
What exactly did Marasa ask us to do?
Marasa, well, first asked for the freed boyfriend, so quest completed. Da 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 da. And then to stop Piska from whatever she's doing, because her pursuit of whatever is in this cave drove her to make all these horrible things occur for the town.
So on the map, there's like another direction. Is that like the cave continues in that direction?
To the south?
Yes.
No, that
Okay, cool.
is
It's
nothing.
just the map. No worries.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So then the last thing is so as Darling is returning, Maeve is asking Roland about Piska and Temerity, and like again, like what can they do? Like how do they fight? That sort of thing. What has he seen?
And she'll say, and he'll mention that he has seen Larissa doesn't have the magic. Is very very good with kind of a club that she uses, a great hammer, and a also good with her throwing darts.
Cool. And then just getting as many details as possible about the like lightning lizard trap situation, like how that works, and then finally letting Roland leave.
So yeah, so he'll say they let the lightning lizard out when they leave for the day, and so you know them to be in the cave, and so he said that's like why he wouldn't leave, because it's either they're in the cave or the lightning lizard is in the cave, but they're in the cave, so the lightning lizard isn't something to worry about.
Okay. So the lightning lizard isn't like electrifying the stream or anything.
No, you don't need to worry about that. It's behind the grate or something like that. I heard the two of them just over a little wall of stones. We should be able. Well, I should be able to sneak up on them. I don't know about you two.
Maeve will raise an eyebrow.
Listen, have you ever tried sneaking with hooves? It does not work, I promise.
Maeve will look down at her plate armor and back up at you.
Right, so here's an idea. I'll go in. You'll follow me up to the water's edge, and then I'll go and surprise them, and then you can rush in once I've surprised them.
And that will be sorry.
That's pretty cool, but like, I mean, what is it that we're actually gonna do when we find them?
Well, kill them, of course. What else would we do?
Do we?
Anything else besides that? Maybe. Just a suggestion.
I could try and I don't know, bother them to death. Usually, I use my sword.
I just wanted to like point something out just so that you can know it, but like it's not like supposed to be. They're like, yeah, you seem to be really into like having them die. Just as like an observation. I don't know if that's really crucial to the goals today.
Yeah, like can't we just ask them to leave or something? That would be good.
I'm not. You know what?
I mean, they've spent all this time enslaving all these people that come to this island. It seems a pretty detailed plan, and apparently they know where the crown is. Not exactly, but they know it's somewhere around where they're looking right now. So I suggest we deal with them as quickly and as efficiently as possible. And of course, the most efficient way is to run them through.
just an idea. If we don't run them through, maybe we can make them tell us like what they know about where the treasure is and stuff.
Okay, we can try that, I suppose. How about I sneak up on one of them, put a sword to their throat, and threaten them into telling us what they know. And then you can rush in just in case the other one gets lively.
I think maybe that, well, like, I don't know if Pisca would care if you pick the other one, and if you pick Pisca, she can teleport. So maybe we should just go in and fight, but just not kill them.
Listen, I'm always up to punch a Nazi, but
Yahtzee, a typical card game played or dice game played around the kitchen tables of smoking housewives in the 1990s.
It's a Yahtzee because they're searching for buried treasure that was on a ship.
So wonderful. So as the crew deliberates, we are going to take our break, and we will see you all in just a few minutes.
Okay.
Welcome back. I'm Molly. This time with a ponytail. I use she, her pronouns. Directly to my right, we have.
Howdy, I'm Patch. I use they, them, or thons pronouns. Still no ponytail, though.
And to their right, we have.
Adora, I think. You're not actually telling us like we have to remember the arrangement.
I
use she, her
know.
pronouns. I like ponytails a lot. I'm very into them. I apologize for my lack thereof today, everybody. I know that everybody at home was like really hoping for that, so I just want to apologize. But you know, we'll survive. It'll be all right. The stream will survive.
If you want more ponytails, subscribe to the Transverse. We can only say that subscribing to the Transverse will likely increase the amount of ponytails you see on a day-to-day basis. Most people who don't experience ponytails and want to are not subscribed to this channel. True.
It's great statistics.
It's 83. I had a political science professor once tell me 83% of statistics are made up on the spot, and I heartily agree. All
and
right.
You got to contribute. You got to keep that number up.
If I'm not contributing to inflation, what's the point? What's capitalism? So, when last we left our hero...
Wait. There's one more person.
Oh, and of course, just down here, we have my
It's
friend...
Micah.
Micah.
It's
And
Micah.
I do not have a ponytail because I've got my locks, and if I put them in a ponytail, I look like a pineapple.
Oh, a pineapple. Oh my. All right. When last we left our heroes, they were standing outside of a dripping cave. I'm not mature enough for that.
Do you know what?
We weren't outside of it. We were just inside.
They were fiddling around in the shallow end of a moist cave.
Something, your moist cave.
You promise? This probably arching about 20 feet high, this sandstone cave is dripping, and you hear the sound of kind of the ocean behind you, and then very faintly in front of you, the ocean coming in. And as Darling comes back and informs you of what she saw, our heroes were coming up with a strategy to best Pisca and Temerity.
Imagine the sound of the sea sort of fades into their voices, and they're still arguing about how they should best approach this problem with
We'll edit in the sea noises in post.
I still think I should run them through, you know.
I mean, if you run one of them through, maybe the other one can tell us things.
That's a great idea. Yes, lead by example. I'll
Maybe
run
you
one
could-
through, and then you can intimidate the other one into telling us what we want to know, or I'll run them through as well.
I
Maybe you
just
could
don't
run
understand
them
why we have
through
to be
less
killing people all the
sneakily.
time.
Yeah, maybe you could like run their leg through.
I mean, it's not quite as dramatic, is it?
I don't know. I think it's pretty dramatic.
Maybe if I do it with a big flare and a flourish.
Yeah,
I
you gotta
didn't
get
see any
creative.
chandeliers to swing on. That kind of dampens the dramatic nature of the whole thing.
Ocean joke. All right, so here's what I understand. You are going to attempt to sneak into the area and catch them by surprise, attack them, try to not kill them, but dissuade them from further action, and try to keep one alive.
Sounds
Yes.
right. Okay.
Well, I'm not gonna sneak. I don't
You're just
think
gonna
that-
clank and slosh.
I think that I will. I might wait. How could I wait not too far away from them, like far enough that I could maybe dash in on the first turn.
I think I get the feeling that we've probably done this routine before, and usually the signal for you lot to come in is when Darvinia goes, Aha! And, loudly.
Yeah. I'm bad at sneaking, so I'm better off waiting outside or going in as a decoy, one of the two. But it's pretty linear, so it would not work super well to, because if I went in as a decoy, I'd have to like move so that they wouldn't be looking straight at the tunnel, and otherwise, how would you get in like hidden? You know what I mean?
That would be tricky, yeah.
So
I mean, I could go in as a decoy, I guess. I mean, it's hard to be louder than me.
How easy would it be for our centaur buddy to get over that mound of rocks to the other side of the cavern?
It wouldn't be the most comfortable thing, but it's doable.
I think we should just do the decoy thing.
Good idea.
Like you said, we've probably done this
Fair enough.
before. Maeve is gonna just kind of shake herself out and like look over to the two of you, look over to the like entrance, and like put up like a hand signal, like one of your like 3 hand signals for your like formations, and just kind of tilt her head like this, like which is like, you know, to mean like, do you want to do our like formation delta? So do you say anything?
I think Lex just kind of stares at you confused. She hasn't figured this out yet. She doesn't know what's.
And Darvinia will start sneaking, leaping, hopefully remarkably quietly from one boulder to the other.
All right.
I suppose you'll want a stealth roll.
Make a stealth check and make an athletics or acrobatics check to bounce from rock to rock.
Okay.
So first the acrobatics.
Okay, that was 12.
Okay.
And the stealth was 24.
Okay. So you wobble kind of across the rocks. Your the ego and the id, I don't know, the other parts of the mind, those things happen, and you are able to you sneak up to the edge of this mound of rocks, and you can peek over. I'm trying to drag the wrong token here. So, yep. Oh, sorry about that. Make your way
Just
over
so
here.
you know, I do not have vision for below there, so the people at home also do not have vision for below there.
Oh no, the suspense. And you will see you see Temerity and Pisca as your head peeks up over this wall of rocks, standing near an altar, trying to figure out something to do with the altar. You hear Pisca talking about, well, I feel this change in the currents by this altar, but I'm not sure. I do declare that I am not sure whereabouts this treasure might be hidden, whereabouts the crown might be hidden.
Which one says that?
Pisca.
And only Darling sees this, right?
Darling sees both. Yep, both of them.
Right. But only Darling, like we do not, because we're not climbing over the rocks.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'll walk in.
Oh, just gonna walk in? Not gonna wait for the signal?
No, I go in first to distract them, and then Darling. I mean, that's formation delta, but we could do formation beta if you guys want.
Formation beta cuck.
All right. So we get formation delta, and let's get Adora. I don't know where you would be during that. We'll unlock this.
Should Darvinia not perhaps be a little closer to one of them before we enact the plan?
We'll say that you slipped behind these pillars, and you're hiding behind a pillar on the far side. With a 25, you'll definitely get there.
Yeah, so they probably hear me coming.
So they'll turn, and as you start to slosh towards them, you will see an opaque wall of water will come up, and as you are looking at as Darling is looking at this, you will see just this about 50 feet of water kind of just pouring upwards into the sky. Or well, into towards the roof of this cave that's all marked with more kind of depictions of these half Sahagwen, half non people, more of these X with the line underneath, and these murals of them conquering faraway lands and all of this. And you see this giant wall of water go up. And we're gonna roll for initiative.
So the wall of water, is it like a line?
It is gonna, let me draw something for you. Pretend like it's the electric slide. So it's sort of like blocking like this, but you know that it is like passable. It's just annoying.
Okay, cool. And it wasn't there before. It seems like one of them did that on purpose.
When you heard when they heard you heard like a boot slosh, and
Yeah.
so Darling would have seen them turn around and cast this. I did not mean to make that.
One last thing that might be fun to do before initiative is I was going to kind of just like call out, be like, "Hello, are you there? I have a question."
Darling, the time for questions has long gone by. We are here and we need to find the crown, and you are standing in my way.
All right. I mean, don't you want to? I thought you wanted us to help you.
Also, like, not to be contrarian, but we're explicitly not in your way. You put the wall in ours.
No, we're over here. How are you doing? Did you have a nice rest of your night after you played your show?
I wish I had been done with you long before. You and your questions. I dare say, I am fatigued. And that's when the wall will go up. And
Okay.
the initiative will be rolled.
We did not succeed on diplomacy.
All right, so
is Darling gonna like do a surprise round? Is that the first thing?
Yeah, but I need to get initiative off first.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot how this.
Micah.
I have 22 for initiative total.
Wonderful. Next up, Dora.
14.
All right, wonderful. Next up, Lex.
17.
Big hat.
And my thing happens again. So the first attack roll that they make is a disadvantage.
Okie dokie. All right, it's only hostiles.
Only hostiles to attack an allied creature.
All right, wonderful. So first up, you get a surprise round. Lex, or sorry, Darling. Go ahead.
Okay. So was it what's her face, Piska, that had that seemed to be casting this wall of water spell? Okay. Can I reach her? Do you think?
Yes.
Okay. In that case, I will. Without further ado, as soon as the wall of water goes up, I will rush in and I will use my bonus action to give me advantage.
Okay.
On my next attack.
Well, you can actually just Yep.
You should have advantage already because you were hiding.
You do.
Okay. Well, so I don't think you really get double advantage, do you? So ignore that then.
So, Darling, as this big circular room with these collapsed pillars, half of them still up, half of them collapsed, this unfirm rock wall on one side, there's a giant reredos on one side depicting kind of the triumph of this cult of the crushing waves, and this big altar sitting in the middle with clear evidence of former sacrifices hundreds of years ago or generations ago. As you see Temerity as you see Pisco waving her hand and strumming a few notes on her lute, this wall of water comes up, and Darling is dashing from bench to collapsed bench across the chapel of this cult, and attempts to drive her rapier into Pisca.
Yeah, she lunges forward with alarming speed and rapidity, crying out, "Aha!"
It's time to buckle the swashes. Finally.
Now
Right.
you've really got me pissed off.
Nice. Ideal.
Do it.
So let's give it a go. It's rubbish. That was a nat 20. Yay! Thank God for
Hey!
advantage because the other one was a 3.
All right, so you're gonna roll all your damage twice.
Yeah. Okay. So the rapier is 1d8 plus 5.
And then
And
3d6.
I also get to add 3d6 to that. So 8. That's a good start. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Is the 3d6 just rolled once?
No, you roll that twice too.
That's twice as well.
So it's 19 is on the first.
Yep. Plus
19 is both of the rapier damages. And now she's rolling all 6 of the sneak attack dice.
21.
So I just wanted you to know that it wasn't like the first. It was the
40 total.
From the 66?
Yeah.
Oh my
Alright.
gosh. All right.
No, total from including the previous
Oh, okay.
19.
So it's 21. All right, cool.
I was like,
So,
I don't think you
yeah,
can
the
get to
total
40
damage is 40.
with
I was like,
66. The max is
heck.
36.
No, I'm just doing all the maths for the whole thing in my head.
Okay.
All right, and as you drive this sword through,
You ran her through.
it is now your turn as combat begins.
Okay.
She's impaled.
Yeah, I guess I've kind of just like run it through like her
Oh, she has
raised
some
arms as she's
concentration
casting
check.
the spell. I guess I just like run it through her hand or something like that.
The wall of water comes down.
Nice. Yeah. Wow. This was such a good first turn. Everything worked out so well.
And then I pull it out of her hand and I turn on her companion and leap towards her. I know that'll provoke an attack of opportunity, but like I'm just doing it 'cause it's daring, and I don't trust that one behind me. She's probably preparing to do something dodgy. So I will wheel about and leap on her companion.
All right. Take your shot.
Okay, and this time, can I use my bonus action this time to?
You steady aim is if you 0 your movement.
Oh, okay. Right, I'll bother that then. 1.
All right.
Nice.
So as Darling kind of seems to flow across this water in just a very bale tap way, just seems to drift across and run through Pisca with her rapier. The first strike going straight through the hand of Pisca. And as she retches in pain, this is the picking hand for her lute, and she howls in pain, and you wheel about, kind of disturbed by this howl of pain, attempting to take a shot at Temerity, and Temerity sidesteps you with very little trouble. Next up is Lex.
Yeah, so there's a lot of yelling going on, and they know that they know that Darling's already in there, so she's gonna charge in. I think she's very much, this is full of panic running. We're talking flailing all over the place. She doesn't know what she's doing. She's just going as fast as she can. 15, 20, 25. That'll put us right there. And I think she's just gonna, she's charging in, basically crying as she runs, and she goes, we don't want to kill you. Please stop fighting really fast. And going to, I guess I don't have a proper melee attack, so I'm just gonna use the On to Fury cantrip, which is it's an attack cantrip. I make a spell attack, and that is an 18.
That'll
Good
hit.
hit. Okay. So that right arm, the one that's just completely covered in tattoos, it just starts glowing way more and swings around almost of its own accord and just punches Pisca right in the face for 12 damage.
Okay. 52 damage dealt so far.
How's
So
she
Gap,
looking?
she is not looking bloodied yet. She's got a nice the wallop left a nice black and blue mark, but really the perforation in her hand seems to be causing her the most consternation. She looks back up from you after you hit her and like spits some blood out and says, "Listen, darling, I have been dealing with adventurers like you for a very long time, and you will not be the ones who fail me. Uh, next up is Dora.
It's Maeve. Not, I wasn't
Maeve.
correcting you, just saying the word also. I was just agreeing different. Yeah. So Maeve is going to very terrifyingly like stride in, great hammer over one shoulder, and I guess just run after them. I don't want us to be too grouped up, as someone who cares about tactics. So yeah, okay. So I am going to. I'm gonna start by. I'm gonna use the attack action again, like they never expect it. I'm going to. Yeah, I'll go like over here, and then I'll just shoot like non-light, like a regular old crossbow at Pisca with one of my attacks, and then I will do something else fancy with my other attack, which is that I'm going to use battlefield presence, which is the basic warlord thing where I can say that if you, darling, use the attack action on your next turn, you get an extra attack, and I get one fewer this turn. So I'm just gonna roll once, or not crossbow. Right, I have hand axes. Yes, I'm gonna throw a hand axe at Pisca's face.
Damn, a lot of going for the face.
I mean, I can't
gotta
help
focus
it.
for
Those
fire,
tattoos, they just.
Okay.
Say what?
Mirror Lex. Mirror patch.
Oh, sorry. So, I mean, I can't help it. You know, those tattoos, they just do whatever they want.
So yeah, my attack roll is 23.
That hits. Well, damage.
I'm sorry about how much damage is a hand axe.
1d thrown, 1d4.
Okay.
1d4 plus strength.
Yep. Okay, 9 damage.
All right, cool.
I'm gonna give my other attack to Darling, and the flavor of that is like Maeve, like, we've practiced together a decent amount, so like we have this combo attack that we do, right? So like you're ready to go, and then I'm going to use my bonus action to do even more of this, which is I'm going to use helpful word, so I can spend a leadership die to take the help action, and I have a bigger range for the like help action is 2 things. It's for like an ability check or for an attack, but for an attack normally you have to be adjacent, but I don't have to. So I'm going to use my bonus action, spend a leadership die, which gives me a demoralization die, and yeah, so basically the next attack that is made against Pisca will have advantage.
Wonderful.
And that's my turn.
All right, so the next person up is our friend Pisca, and she is going to, centering on the space between the two of you, is going to move her hands and start muttering some incantations. And a loud ringing noise that is painfully intense starts to fill your ears. I need Lex and Maeve to make a Constitution saving throw.
Is there anything in 5e about like
casting while like threatened or anything like that. It's just concentration. Okay, that's fine. Just curious.
Oh,
Ranged
nice.
attacks are done at disadvantage.
Gotcha. Which would include a
Yeah.
ranged spell attack, but this isn't an attack. This is a
Mhm.
save.
Yeah, spellcasters are tricky like that.
All right. So, what do we got?
21 for me.
All right. You will take half damage. And how about for you, Maeve?
Me? Oh, I thought it was the other two.
No, you too.
Okay, cool. Con save, you said?
Yep.
11.
All right. 11. 11? Oh yeah, you fail. Sorry. That'll be 14 damage that you take, and she will Pisca. I keep trying to click on the VOD Ninja instead of my map, so I'm gonna close that right now. And so Pisca will slide around and will make 2 of their scimitar attacks against you after they stow their loot.
Their first scimitar attack is at disadvantage. Because
Wonderful.
I'm so intimidating.
You are so intimidating. 19 and an 18, so that'll be a 30 and a 29. So those will hit.
Wait. Wait, which one
Sorry.
is the one
The sorry, Pisca comes out swinging at you, and that'll be a 20. So the disadvantage will be 24 to hit because it was a 19 and 18. 24 hits.
Great. Okay, yes, that hits. Yeah.
Wonderful.
I'm not gonna do anything about that.
So that'll be 6 slashing damage, and then they'll swing again. 21. And that'll be another 6 slashing damage. As
So
she
21, I'm going to use my reaction.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to use one of my demoralization dice to do don't touch that, which is when a creature attacks an allied creature within 30 feet of you as a reaction, you can spend 1 demoralization die to roll it and reduce their attack roll.
Okay.
So I got a 3, which means they still hit. They barely hit. I have 18 AC.
And so you see Pisca will kind of dive through the legs of Lex, and will, after seeing you giving these orders and that you're calling the shots here, she draws her rapier, slashes twice into you, and the resounding noise from the rapiers banging off your metal starts to ring in your ears, and you feel a little blood start to trickle out of your ear as the shatter spell goes off. Next up is Temerity.
Sorry, how much damage do I take for the second scimitar attack?
Both are the same.
Okay.
So Temerity will move over towards Lex and is going to give an attack at Lex, because Lex has punched her girl in the face. She says, you dare strike her, and will take all of her club attacks at you.
That sounds promising.
4.
Love going to the club.
attacks. Find me in the club. Getting hit with that. The 20 hit.
Sure does.
Okay. What's your AC?
17.
Okay. Second one misses. Fourth one hits. So you're gonna take 8. You're gonna take 16 bludgeoning damage as she comes out with this club, and in a flurry of hits, you're able to knock 2 away, and your tattooed arm seems to just sort of come up and knock things away for you innately, but the other 2 kind of come down and land on the other arm. Next up is Darling.
So in character, I'm gonna be like, I think if we can take down the spellcaster, I might be able to convince the other one to stop fighting at that point. But I mean, it's just an idea. So, while looking very intimidating.
Darvinia Darling Ifranth, on the other hand, is completely caught up in the fray and barely hears, but assumes that it's some sort of words of encouragement, which, did you say you'd given her some extra attack or something like that?
Yeah.
One
You get to
extra
attack
if you
twice.
if you take the attack action, you get one extra attack.
Right, okay. So, yeah, so she is going to, encouraged by
Also,
this,
the first
what
attack
she
that you
sees
make
as a-
has advantage on Pisca. If you
What's that,
attack
sorry?
if you attack Pisca, the first attack that you make will have advantage.
only if I attack Pisca.
Yes, I had to select one of the two when I used the help
Okay,
action.
okay. In that case, yeah, I'll assume that it's a rounding endorsement for my first attack on Pisca and her poorly hand, and I'm going to circle around while her companion Temerity, is it?
Yeah.
I'm going to have the temerity to bypass temerity and circle around. And now I can't see anything. That's weird.
Huh.
It's gone all
I can see
shady.
it. Yes.
That's why I don't use lighting effects.
Weird.
They just annoy me.
Okay, well, I know where you are, so go ahead.
Cool. Yeah. And yeah, she will grab her rapier and a double. First attack is a
With
21.
advantage.
Hits.
Oh, that's... Okay, just checking I didn't get a nat 20. So it's advantage, as you said. And the second attack is a... It's a 1. Oh, so 9.
So,
But I imagine the first one hits.
yes, the first one definitely hits.
Okay.
Darling, moving through the water, kind of the current tugging at her feet, strikes out the first time with her rapier, and is sort of loses her footing in the uneven ground. Coming back up on the rebound, she attempts to strike out once again. 4.
Damage is 11. Is it the 3d6 thing again, or is that
Yeah.
just...
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I guess I gave you advantage. Also, we're flanking, but it's
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 23.
Nice. Awesome. So, and again, just driving into that, weakening that the other arm, you see kind of a slash coming across the elbow, weakening the ligaments around it, and you see Pisca is bloodied. You see kind of the blood seems to be trickling down her cheek and from her lip, and bleeding now from heavily in one arm. As we are now bloodied. Next up is Lex.
Yeah, I think Lex is full on in panic mode. But given everything that's happened, they're still stabbing, they're still fighting. I think she just has this moment where she freaks out a little bit and just, would you two just stop? And I'm going to try casting slow in the area around me. So they'll need wisdom saves.
All right. Does that hit? Is that creatures you choose, or
It's
is that all
creatures of your
creatures in the
choice,
area?
yeah.
Okay, cool.
cool.
All right, both of them fail.
Rad.
Nice.
Okay.
What does it do?
That's minus 2
Save.
penalty to AC and dexterity saves. Can't use reactions. On its turn, it can either use an action or a bonus action, not both. Can't make more than one melee or ranged attack during its turn. And if it attempts to cast a spell, it has to roll a d20. And there's a 50-50 chance of that spell taking 2 turns.
Ooh,
But
I
it's
love
a
that.
save for it at the end of every one of their turns, so it's not... It's powerful, but it could end very quickly.
Nice.
Reaching
Sick
in,
nasty.
a tattooed hand dives into a component pouch, drawing out a bit of molasses, and says, "It's time to take the pace down." And the molasses dissipates as you see this malaise come over Temerity and Pisca. Next up is
I think it's Maeve.
Maeve.
So they have. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm pretty ouchy, if you will. And is that better? I mean, I guess it's the same, right? Well, I may as well do that. All right. Yeah. So it's not too much else to do though. So are we doing flanking today?
Sure.
Okay. So yeah. So Maeve like looks at the two slowed enemies and kind of smirks, like they've done this before. They, we know the drill, and picks up a hand axe and kind of tosses it. And so I'm going to use Rallying Mark, which is another leadership die ability. I can select a hostile creature. Next time damage is rolled against them, I get to add the die, and then the attacking creature heals that much. So I'm going to use it on Pisca, and then I'm going to, you see Maeve, like, now that we're up in melee, you see Maeve grab her Great Hammer, and which is not a maul, we worked that out in the break, a Great Hammer, and go ahead and take a swing. I'll use the attack action, and again, grant one of my attacks to Darling. So I'll attack.
All right.
Melee attack.
Oh my
Advantage.
gosh, a melee attack.
Ah!
Big melee attacker.
Okay, so my result is very high. It's like 27 or something.
Yes.
Okay,
You do that.
so D8, right?
Yes.
So the damage for me, oh yeah, plus the leadership die. So, okay, so I deal 8 damage and I heal 1 HP.
That's you know, just pouring out the damage.
Yeah.
Marshall's in 5e, I tell you. You know, just crazy overpowered. 83 damage dealt so far.
Nice.
Next up is it's time for the girls to take their round. Let's see what they're up to.
I think we're all girls. I think all five of us are girls of the characters, from what I can tell.
I do declare, I apologize. I clutch my pearls. I am so sorry. That is very true. All right, so I've just been watching nothing but Golden Girls in preparation for running this campaign. I think it's important. Blanche Devereaux is a queer slutty icon, and we stand. Okay, so Pisca, seeing all of this going down around her. What would be fun to do? She will snap her fingers, and Maeve, you will start to see a series of flashing lights and colors take over your field of vision. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Do you roll d20 to see if it's
2
turns?
Yeah, if it's an action, you're gonna want 10 or lower.
It's a 9.
Okay, so you're good.
Okay.
So I make a wisdom save.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a weird one. It's one of the only ones you want to roll low on.
It's Thaco, you know.
My result is 12.
All right, so you are incapacitated.
Lovely.
You get another wisdom save at the end of your next turn.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
So I cannot take actions of any kind. Is that right?
You are
Is that
under the effect of hypnotic pattern.
Sorry, I'm autistic. When you said, did you mean yes? That is right.
Yes, you are
Right.
unable to take actions, reactions, or bonus actions
Awesome.
or move.
Okie dokie.
And so you see, y'all will look up and you'll see Maeve, who has been good about barking out orders during this whole combat.
Barking is a strong word.
Sorry, has been making
Meowing.
quiet and well-timed suggestions about when best to strike. And you sort of see her. The only thing that's not happening is the bird flying around her head. Otherwise, seeing stars, whirly animation, the whole bit. Molly Fox would be very proud of the level of animation that's going on. So, next up is Temerity. To attack, what do I need to do? I just can only hit once.
You only just get one attack in a turn. Sorry, I
that's
should have mentioned, darling. You got
devastating.
5 temp hit points when I cast that spell because we were linked.
Oh yeah. I will.
Wow.
Getting a bit ridiculous.
Big hack. Big hack. All
Who
right.
is Temerity
Just gonna
attacking?
swing out. I mean, I dropped all of my d20s on the ground. So she's gonna be swinging out at, again, is gonna be going for our rogue friend. And we'll roll a 1. And so as this sonic magic, as this time magic seems to bend space around Pisca, and Pisca kind of shakes it off, kind of focusing on the pain of the hand injury, snaps her fingers and sends one of your teammates into a trance. Temerity doesn't fare as well, attempting to bring this club down on on Darling. And it's just like that dream hit, when you go to punch the person and you just like, you're in that fight, you're all in that situation, and then
I imagine.
and so you get
like,
lightly tapped on the shoulder by a club. take emotional damage.
do you make it? Do you make it? Does Darling taunt at this time just for funsies? Is it, what does she say?
That's a good point. Oh no, you've caught me on the spot.
Okay, well, you don't have to say anything.
No, I can't think of anything. Sorry.
All right,
That's
wonderful.
okay.
She's just a bit bemused by this little light tap. Just looks at it.
Giggles and kind of like does this, like, oh yeah, cute.
So as we come through, Darling, it is your turn, and you look and you see your friend kind of stumbling in a stupor, eyes ablaze with different colors and patterns.
No, Maeve, don't look at the lights. For goodness sakes.
Much like the weekend, oh, she's blinded by the light.
Right, you. I've had about
Much like
enough of your shenanigans.
Manfred Mann, actually.
I'm going to
It's another
thrust
song
forward,
reference.
performing patinando, a patinando tempo. And of course, she always says exactly what fencing move she's going to do before she does it, because it wouldn't be fair or sporting otherwise. Patinando tempo! So that's a slow step to put her off guard, which I figure will give her a slow response since she's slowed. And then I will make a counter attack to her opposite side, thrusting
Wonderful.
forward with vigor.
Who are you attacking?
Pisca.
Cool,
Yeah.
great. So I think that you should still. Oh wait, no, I'm incapacitated. So unless you move to the other side, which I guess you could do, then you won't have advantage. But
I mean,
that
you
might
can
be
also
smart.
can give myself
your bonus
advantage
action.
though anyway, because I've not moved since last
Nice.
time, so
You get 2 attacks,
we'll
just so you
be
know.
all right. I still get 2 attacks though.
Yes.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Right, so advantage with the first one, just as well because I rolled a 1. That's better. 17 plus 8, so yeah, 25. Yes, 25 to hit. And
Hits,
the
yep.
second attack is a 20 to hit total.
Hits.
Both hits. Okay.
Time to roll a lot of dice.
Hey.
So first hit does.
Adora returns to consciousness. Maeve returns to consciousness.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
As the spell
Concentration,
fades.
baby.
That's why
Save me.
light weapons, people need to use those more legitimately.
Yeah, because of more
So-
concentration checks.
If you're going up
Tw-
against casters. Go ahead.
21 damage for the first attack.
Okay.
And 12 for the second attack.
All right, wonderful. 113 damage dealt. All right, next up is Lex.
Okay. Having seen kind of what went down last turn, I think Lex is just going to scoot around here and use the Give Life cantrip, which is also special for the Ond. Basically, I spend one of my hit dice now, and you'll heal that much plus my Wisdom and Con modifiers. So it's
Aw.
better than a normal hit die, but it's a limited resource.
Nice. So you're spending your hit
So-
die?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. So that'll be 19 points of healing to you.
Oh my god. For me?
Sure is.
I go from
Yeah,
I go from 19 to 38, my maximum. You heal me the
So-
exact amount, which is
Wow.
exactly half of my HP.
And another
yeah.
wonderful spell written by Benjamin Huffman.
Absolutely.
All
Yeah,
right.
so class
Anything
uses
as a bonus
12 hit
action?
dice, so it's powerful. No, I don't think I do have a bonus action. All my bonus actions are spells, and I already used one. So
Right, cool. So galloping around over the broken benches and pews in this temple, you see that the tattoo starts to glow bright with white light, and this light pours into the stupefied body of Maeve, and as Maeve starts to come to, splattered in the face by a bit of Pisca, some fluid that used to be inside Pisca, she feels herself renewed. Maeve, you're up.
Okay. Maeve comes back to consciousness and looks over at Pisca and gives her just the like deadliest stare that you've ever seen. Just like she's properly pissed at this time. I'm going to yeah, I'm just gonna attack. We're gonna start with that. We're gonna flank and attack.
Wonderful.
Okay, I hit, I think, 18 plus bonuses. So, oh yes, yeah. So I am going to spend my demoralization die to make it excruciating. I know you were
Make it
waiting for this one. I'm gonna
excruciating.
make it excruciating. I just get to add. I roll my demoralization die, my d6, and just add it to the damage.
Yay.
So the damage is 11.
Mm.
I'm rolling a lot of ones on these d6s. I've rolled 2 1s and a 6 so far, and a 3. And then I'm going to use helpful word again. I'm going to spend another leadership die, which means I think that I have spent 3, so I have 1 demoralization die left. And I'm just gonna, well, I guess we've got flanking on these folks. Like, we don't really need. Yeah, maybe that's actually not that useful. Okay, I'll spend a leadership die to do rallying mark again on Pisca. So the next time she gets hit by an ally, they'll get to roll for extra damage and heal themselves a little bit. And I'm giving my second attack to Darling. That is it for me.
Wonderful. So issuing a quiet series of orders from after coming out of the stupefaction, Maeve.
Yeah, so I mean, it was kind of annoying when she hypnotized me. So like, if you wanted to like hit her like right behind her hand in that like vulnerable spot, I think that could be cool. That'd be nice if you wanted to do that for me.
Javinia's like, yes, darling, stop backseat fencing. I've already put so many holes in her, you could use her as a colander.
Spaghetti is actually for dinner tonight at the Shore of Dreams Tavern. So handy. Ha 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 ha. Handy. Ha ha ha.
Handy.
Alrighty. So Pisca is up next. Seeing that she is surrounded, she is gonna dimension door. Let's see, is dimension door sight? Chicken, 100% chicken. You gotta go for chicken. 100%. So, Pisca is going to teleport.
She's gonna roll a d20. Oh wait, did she save after her last turn?
yeah.
Oh no, I forgot to roll the save. So What was that? What was the
The
DC?
DC is 15, and it's a wisdom save. So.
Okay, so that she does not save on the wisdom save, and so here's the D20. She rolls a 20, so she
Okay.
can't cast.
Well, she can cast it, but it'll go off until her next turn.
Okay, so you see her kind of panically moving through this stasis magic, trying to bring a teleportation spell underneath her, and the portal seems to be opening slowly beneath her. Next up is Temerity.
I also think
Temerity.
Temerity did not save after her last turn, so you may want to roll for her as well.
12 plus it was 15.
Mhm.
12 plus 2, 14. So that she also fails.
Nice.
So
We've been carried by
Temerity
this slow spell.
is gonna run forward away from Maeve, or away from Darling.
Run forward.
Wait,
Does-
oh, she can only move. She can't
Uh,
move and attack, can she?
She can move, but yeah, you get an action or a bonus action. Your movement is just halved.
Oh, okay. So she will move her full movement over here and sidle up beside this collapsed pillar, and will strike out with her one weapon. Let's start 22. So
Oh,
that'll
definitely,
hit.
yeah.
So you'll take 9 damage from that bludgeoning damage, and make a concentration check.
Alrighty. I'm thinking that's gonna be a fail. That's a 6 total.
So yeah, so the slow spell will fade from them.
Okay.
Next up
Well,
is
dividends while it
I
was
should have
there.
sent you away.
oh yeah, Darling, you would have gotten an attack of opportunity there.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I imagine catching a glimpse of her at the corner of her eye. She attempts to trip her up with her blade.
All right,
Okay.
roll your damage, or roll your attack.
And this will still be against the -2 AC because it's before the attack breaks the concentration.
27.
God, that hits.
Even though it's like a cold shot, still hits.
Yes.
It's hard to miss with a 27.
Yeah, just wasn't sure. So D8 plus 5. Another 10 damage.
You roll your sneak attack too.
Oh, okay.
One of those weird things that is strange but true.
Oh yeah, well you are a swashbuckler. Oh well, I guess it doesn't matter in this case.
So 14 on top of that.
14.
So
All right.
24 total.
24. Okay. How do you? Oh wait, nope. That's a different character. All right. Next up, it's your turn. That's the first time anyone's hit Temerity, by the way.
Right. It's Darling's turn.
Darling. Now it's your turn.
Okay. So having briefly been distracted by Temerity, she turns her attention back to Pisca and sees her trying to do something magical because she's trying to escape. So she says, "Oh no, you don't!" And she tries to run her blade into Pisca's foot and into the ground somewhere beneath the murky water.
Wonderful. Make an attack at advantage.
And you do have an extra attack.
Okay. So attack advantage is 21.
Hits.
And second attack is a nat 20.
All right. So you're gonna. She dies here.
Okay.
So what does that look like? So
You also
as you,
heal a little bit of damage. if you have any
I think that's exactly what she does. She's basically she spots that this dimension door is coming into shape, and just to prevent her doing so, she just rams the blade through her foot, but she's a bit over enthusiastic about it. Instead of just pinning her foot to the ground, she accidentally slips, bounces off a rock, and the blade is deflected upwards, and it accidentally slashes her femoral artery. So then she puts her hand over her mouth, and she's like, "Oh, sorry, I was just trying to. Oh dear. Oh, that's a lot of blood. Oh
That
no."
wasn't the plan. We were gonna.
And so you'll see Pisca will topple over as a stumbling darling accidentally brings a rather rapid end to her, and she topples over into this murky water.
Drops their
Temerity.
rapier and it's like, "Sorry, I really wasn't trying to kill her. I promise, Maeve. I'm
Darling,
sorry."
you promised. Come on.
And so and Temerity, seeing her business partner go down, there'll be a panic that will kind of fill her eyes, and she'll sort of like drop her club and start backing up.
Nice.
And we can exit initiative there. I'm
Sick.
trying to move stuff on the dang VOD Ninja again.
Sorry, I'm so good at this.
I know you are so hacking good at it. So, VOD will drop. We will exit initiative there. So as you look around the space, you're in this big chamber. This tiefling in front of you with a dark red skin and curling horns behind has just dropped her club and is like backing up, being like, please, I was just helping Pisca, please.
Maybe it's gonna raise an eyebrow, like step a little bit forward. Well, okay. I mean, that's cool and all. So you can help us now. What do you know about the treasure?
The jade scale, the jade scale treasure. It's fake. It's fake. We use the jade scale treasure to lure people here to excavate this chamber, and there's a door back behind the Reredos, and we were trying to figure out a way in.
So what was all that you were saying about a crown earlier?
What's the deal?
And so she'll point to the walls, and she'll show kind of at the head of a lot of these invasions that you see the Sahagwen taking. You see someone wearing kind of a conch shell crown, and you see a purple lining on the inside of it, and it's lace. It has black pearls all around it, and it seems to be a very magical crown. Pisca read about it in a book. We found a book somewhere, and they said that the crown was here. It's kept in that room.
So there's a door on the wall that she's pointing towards?
Yeah, and so like she's pointing to the Reredos.
What's the Reredos? Can you tell me?
A Reredos is like behind a religious preacher at a church. There's like usually like a piece of art or a false wall, and so it's usually that. It's what will go behind an altar. Is a Reredos.
Oh, this thing.
Yes.
This thing on the map.
That thing on the map.
Cool. The wave thing.
Yes.
Sick. Okay, so she points towards that. And then presumably we can't like see that there's like stuff behind it. It's just like against the wall.
No, I mean you'd be able to tell that there is a walkway behind it. Yeah.
But just
and
like
she'll be saying like behind the Reredos.
My point is that like it's not open like it is on the map. It's like there's a wall. We'd have to find a way to get through it if we wanted to go in.
No.
Oh, it's just over there?
It's over there.
And what exactly is behind there? Why didn't you go and get it?
There's like a lock on the door. We were trying to figure out what to do. We just got in here, and as you start to kind of get your bearings, you see that they had just fought up. You see kind of 3 animated skeletons had just kind of been dispatched of, and 3 of them are wearing cloaks. 2 of them are extremely tattered, and 1 seems to be in very good condition for the age of the skeleton.
Oh, I'm glad we didn't have to deal with them. Have you ever tried taking down a skeleton with a rapier? Doesn't work.
I haven't. And so what you have is you have the door behind the Reredos. You have you see that there is a strangely high quality cloak on this collapsed skeleton. There's the altar that you heard them mention the swirling currents around it. Yeah.
Okay,
Nice.
so
Look,
you said there's a
that
door
will
behind the
fill me.
Reredos?
Yeah. So if you walk over, you'll see it.
A door.
Yeah.
So there isn't. I'm really struggling. So we don't see anything behind it. There's a locked door over there.
Yes.
Great. Okay. Thanks.
And behind the Reredos, you also see a chest.
Cool.
Okay, I guess Darvinia will stride over, grab the cloak on the way, and inspect it, see if it looks too salt damaged or whether it might look good with her dashing outfit.
You'd say
See,
it
that's
definitely
question.
looks dashing. It has like as you feel some magic coursing through it, and you see it has like a little hood on it that gives you like 2 little eye things.
I
You
think.
found a cloak of the manta ray, like a manta ray would have. You
Oh,
know,
wow.
how
Oh,
they have,
mandibles.
I flick it dramatically. Come along then, folks. Let's get this treasure, whatever it is. And stride purposefully towards the chest and door.
I'm gonna I'm gonna bind temerity.
Okay, you do that.
So they if I'm over here while they do that, that's fine with me. Whatever works.
Yep.
I'm working
So
on it. I'm tying her up,
won't,
patching her wounds.
she won't fight you.
Great.
You disarm her completely. She's not trying to go anywhere.
Okie dokie. So yeah, I'm gonna still stay away because there's traps and shit. I don't know. Anything can happen.
So the as you get over behind the Reredos, you will see a kind of the chest seems to be rotted, and the but it's you see some contents still within it, and you also will find that the door seems to have a kind of a small platform jutting out in front of it. Think like a control panel in sci-fi, but instead of that, there seems to be like a ball of suspended gel or of some sort of suspended liquid that seems to respond to your touch when you like touch the edge of it. And it seems to you see the pattern you see the change in color remain after you touch it for a second. What would you like to
Doesn't
do?
hurt me to touch it at all, though.
What would you
Or
like
does
to do?
Does it hurt to touch it at
No.
all, or is it?
No.
I put my hands right into it.
You're just gonna shove your hand into it?
Yeah, why not?
That's not lube.
You see you hear something clicking on the other side of the door, and you hear a crash of thunder on the other side of the door.
That's weird.
That's maybe a little bit concerning.
Yeah, a thunderstorm in a cave is bad news. It's kind of confined in here.
Well, you're the brains of this operation, darling. Why don't you come and see if you can figure this out?
Wait, who's the brains?
Well, you're the
I
one
think
with
it's
all the
me.
magic doohickeys and whatnot. I'm sure you can work out something.
Okay, Maeve rolls her eyes and starts looking around at the various murals and tries to find a clue as to what the deal is with this blob.
So as you start to look around, you will see written above this door is the symbol, those who the symbol of Ol Hydra will open the way.
So Maeve is gonna look up at the text and then look down back at Darling very sassily. And then now everyone will notice that and read it, and then I'll start kind of just doing like this, yeah, and looking at the cloak, potentially looking around at the room for like things that are shaped like that.
Well,
What are you
you've
doing?
got
Is that
the
a new dance move?
And so as she starts to dance, you just sort of see her doing a performative dance for the
That's
door.
not what's happening. She's lying. Viewers at home, she's lying. This is lies.
It's also slander.
Oh yes, sorry, I forgot about that. My bad. Never mind.
So, so you will look around, and again, you'll see the Sahagwin conquering distant lands, and consistently throughout, you'll see that X with the line underneath it.
Yeah, so I'll check in with Temerity, but I assume that they hadn't they hadn't started investigating it at all by the time we found them.
Symbol of Ol Hydra. What's that when it's at home anyway?
it's the that thing. Could you like draw the that thing in the water? I don't.
Or like that inverted oval rune?
Yeah.
Sure. The X with a hat on it. But
Yeah.
Okay,
We could-
so
we could
Okay, I
maybe-
will try and draw that in the goop.
and the door swings open.
Nice.
What you see in the middle of the room is about a 20-foot tall conch shell, and swirling
You were
around
right.
it. Swirling around it is a kind of a twisting maelstrom of lightning and steady winds. So what will you see on the shell? If you the more perceptive of you will see a glowing rune on the shell.
I'll ask Temerity about it. They've been
Temerity has
studying
no
this
idea.
culture for a while. Okay.
Pisco is the brains of it. I don't know.
Wow, it would have
Oh,
been
Lex,
really
you know all about
convenient.
magic symbols and whatnot. You paint them enough of the time on your body.
well, to be fair, I don't actually know what most of these mean, but I can try.
It would have been
Wait-
so
Wait a
convenient
minute.
if we'd been
I
able to-
let you to do something on me and you didn't even know what it meant.
Well, listen, it's, sometimes a design comes to you in a dream and you just really have to ink it.
But
Oh,
that,
I was
that could have just
thinking,
been a
like-
takeaway menu for all you know.
Yeah, I was thinking like, oh, get spiritual being tattooed on them, but it's actually pork fried rice.
I mean, I couldn't complain about a pork fried rice spell.
I think that's really important. Pork fried rice spells are the future.
Yeah, the
I
chef
am getting a
feeds.
bit hungry. I didn't get to finish my meal earlier. Oh, sorry, focus. This is important.
Actually, you're the only one who did.
Yeah, you ate
I
more than
only
we
had a
did.
little bit before I passed out in my food.
Can I roll like history?
Could you say that again?
Yeah, can I roll like history?
History, you could roll Arcana.
Okay.
Or if you wanted to find out what kind of magic it is, you might, if anybody has a spell to figure out what type of magic is going on.
I don't have anything
Nope.
like that.
Okay, so let's make a group Arcana check.
Okay. My Arcana is 13.
I rolled a 4.
I rolled a 2.
So you think that it's a really shiny, or it's a shiny rune. It's a creepy room that seems to have a whirling tempest inside of it. With the 13, you get the idea that the rune is causing the storm.
Is it the same symbol that was needed to unlock the door, or is it something different?
It's something different. It's like a curly Q with an X over it.
What's a curly Q?
We try tracing that in the goo.
All right, you do so, and you see the storm start to weaken.
What?
Oh, I just keep doing the
Ooh.
swirly thing.
yeah, that's pretty
okay,
good.
I get it. I keep doing
And-
the swirly thing.
And so as you do that, you take let's see, 1, 2, 3, 8, 9. You take 30. You take 18 lightning damage as at the end of the second time, it shocks you.
I'm
Ow,
gonna go
jeez.
take a look at the chest.
The chest has another one of those cloaks inside of it. It has some potions, some healing potions.
Okay. What does the Cloak of the Manta Ray do?
The cloak of the manta ray is marked with the symbol of Old Hydra.
What I mean is like, what is its effect?
Gives
It
you a
allows
swim
you to
speed and lets you breathe underwater.
Sorry, I DC'd for a sec.
It gives you a swim speed and allows you to breathe underwater.
Cool. So this chamber, you said that we were standing on the benches and stuff, right?
In the current chamber you're in, you're
Yeah.
on like a shallowly flooded marble walkway.
Okay, so the whole room is shallowly flooded.
Where you are is shallowly flooded. Where you were fighting before is a little bit deeper, and it gets deeper towards the center where the altar is.
Okay, I'm gonna go dive there
Okay.
with the cloak. Maybe there's some clues.
You feel a shift in the currents there, and you will feel like a kind of a door that's there, but you're not able to open it.
Like a door, like a plug.
Like a plug, but you're not able to move it. Like a trap door.
Okay, a trap door. Well,
An
yeah, there's a lot of water on
trapdoor.
top of it. Okay, I'm gonna let them know about this. You know, I'm gonna like go over and like sort of like tap Lex and like pull you over and like show you.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want me to like go in the water? How deep are we talking here?
I don't know.
How deep is
I
the
don't know.
water? About 6 or 7 feet near the altar.
Okay.
So that's fine then.
Yeah, if you want, you can just be like, I don't want to go in there, and I'll just tell you.
I'll go in there.
You are met again with a door that does not just open.
It's not locked or anything. It's just water pressure.
It appears to be something that has opened. There's like ruds on it, but it's clearly controlled from somewhere else.
Oh. Well. I guess maybe I should go back into the storm room in case there's any levers in there.
Okay.
Yeah, we do still got to figure that out.
So as you peer through the storm, you see at the center of the big conch shell there is a door. There's like an opening that allows you to go up into the conch.
Cool. And so that's like at the eye of the storm, basically.
It's at the eye of the storm, and so you would have to figure out a way to get through kind of this whirling maelstrom. How would you go about doing that? And this is not. This can be. What?
I would probably start by taking off my plate armor, but I don't know that that's still the wisest plan. There's other options for things we can do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it just Florian here, or is it flooded in the conch room as well?
It's flooded in the conch room as well, but it's the main feature is that the wind is whipping by at an insane pace.
So is
Okay.
the water moving a lot on the floor?
On the floor, yeah, you're also dealing with currents there.
Okay.
Okay, but if you could go in the water and those cloaks, you've got a swim speed, right? So we could just go right up under the thing and not get hit by lightning, maybe?
Okay, you want to try to swim under it? Cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I might like throw a metal item like on the other side of the room to distract the lightning first.
Okay, so you frisbee one of your gauntlets across the room to draw the lightning over to one side, and then you're gonna try to dive in and swim underneath the lightning to the conch.
Without my armor. I'm
Without
gonna
your
start.
armor.
I'm gonna start removing my armor, which takes a long time. If someone else in the meantime just like goes in without me, I can't stop them.
I think Darvinia has probably had enough hanging about and will probably just plunge straight in there.
Rolls his eyes aggressively.
Are you using the cloak?
Yeah.
Okay.
She had the other one.
As you dive in, you make it clear to the entrance, and as you stand up, there appears to be some sort of like energy in front of the area, but it says over the top, those who bear the pride of Old Hydra may pass.
Okay.
Those who bear the pride of Old Hydra, the symbol, may pass. And both of the cloaks that you have the
symbol on it.
Okay.
Hint, hint. So are you gonna keep going?
Yeah. If I can pass with the cloak on, then yeah.
Continues taking off armor while this happens.
So as you reach your hand through this, your hands seems to be allowed to pass through. And you make your way through, and you spiral up about 20-30 feet. And sitting at the top of this conch is this kind of spiraling platform. You see in a big kind of cage of an impenetrable material, seems to be made out of almost force magic itself, sits the crown that you saw in the mural outside. Black pearls wove around it, conch, purple velvet, conch.
Yes, there was a treasure after all. Fantastic.
You're able to identify you see a series of locking mechanisms that you're able to identify.
Okay, as in normal locks that I could possibly pick.
Things that you recognize you can fit your tools into. Yeah.
Okay, great. Try and pick the locks.
Pulls off gauntlet, dumps out water. Keeps
15,
going.
Is that sufficient?
15 will get the first one open.
Hey, don't die up there. I can't get through the barrier thing. I can't wear a cape, so like.
I'll try not to die.
I guess I could, but it would look really goofy, so don't die.
And you hear. And so the next one, make another check for me.
That is it sleight of hand?
Yep.
18.
All right. So you're narrowly able to get this last one open. And as you start to get your tools into the final mechanism here, you feel that, that there's more pins to this. There's more things to fiddle with. Make your final check.
It's a tricky one. Oh, natural 19. So that's 27.
So
26. 26.
You get your tools in, and you're popping the pins, and you're getting it underneath, and all of a sudden you get it to rotate and click, and the magic seems to disappear from around it, and the crown of Old Hydra sits in front of you.
And this is when I start coming up from behind and looking around.
Greedily try and grab it.
And so are any of you okay? So you claim this crown for yourselves, this crown of immense value, but also as you look at it and you start to kind of spend time in its presence, and the storm will die down. As you start to spend time in its presence, you feel a deep evil around this thing. So what would your characters do with this very valuable but very evil item?
I mean, I'm not an expert at these things, but do you get a wiggy feeling off this, Maeve, Lex? Or am I just being silly?
No, you're
Make a
definitely
face.
Right,
it's
maybe
got
we
some
should just
kind of
pry
bad
the
stuff
pearls
going on.
out and sell them then, and throw this useless conch thing away.
I
No,
think
that
that
might be. I mean, can we melt it down? What's it?
Conch,
my
I don't
character
you
would
can
think
just
maybe we should take it
sell.
to like a church of some god who can maybe some very powerful priest can like identify it for us, or like,
Right, well,
you
who's
know,
the
like that.
opposite of all Hydra then?
That's what I'd want to do. That sort of thing. Maybe I think in the end, the most value we can get out of some item like this, if we really want to, is to get multiple like monarchs to like try to like that like to both want it, or like multiple monarchs to like want it, and then like sort of have to bid among themselves of like how much like money and land and power they can give us in order to
I
get
like
the thing.
your thinking.
So it's some combination of
Always
that
the
and
strategist.
church.
So the party deciding to see what they can extort from royalty when they return to the Sword Coast or the lands of they will make their way back. They'll meet with Marasa and Roland, who are reunited.
Yay.
And Marasa takes back the Shore of Dreams from Pisca, who is no longer there. What do you do with Temerity?
Turn over to
Whatever.
the villagers for judgment.
Yeah. That's perfect. That's so perfect because they were the ones who were suffering at her hands.
All right, and so Temerity sees many years of hard labor before they earn the respect of the villagers, and they go on. Roland and Marasa will continue to be serve people at the Shore of Dreams on Yokotoro Island, here south of Cholt. And you all are given kind of the key to the city. Anytime that you wish to stop by, you are always welcome in Yokotoro Village.
Yay.
Happy ending.
So, also you'd find, if you dug around that altar a little bit more, some of that jade scale treasure you were promised.
Yay!
Yay!
Happy ending.
Happy ending. And then Pisca comes back and kills you all. And that's where we're going to end today's adventure. Thank you so much for spending time with us. We've really appreciated the opportunity to enjoy this wonderful tabletop game with all of you. Again, I want to say thank you to the writers, to the wonderful people I've got the chance to play with today. So thank you, Dora. Thank you, Patch. Thank you so much, Micah. Really appreciate you. You all are so awesome. Thank you so much to Ross Leiser, author of the AOTT class, Florian Emmerich, and JVC Parry for writing this adventure that we've had so much fun playing, and Kibbles Tasty for the wonderful Warlord class. What a mechanically interesting thing. Patch, when you're not here, where can we find you?
Well, the easiest place to find me is at Us Weirdos Have to Stick Together, a weekly podcast about queer representation in cartoons. And I am on Twitter at patch_jacket, but it's locked right now because I'm looking for a job. So, as long as you're not a weird robot, I'll probably let you in if you request it.
Wonderful. Adora, where else can we find you? What else are you up to?
Yeah, I've got like 4 shows next week. So anybody in like the Seattle area, come see me DJ or play with my band, my brass bands. But yeah, I'm on the internet at like Instagram and Twitter. Everything is the same except for SoundCloud. They're all DJ Adora Blue. And like there's like also a link tree and also Jemmy. So you can go to linktree/DJ Adora Blue, or it may just be linktree/Adora Blue, honestly. And there's lots of fun stuff there. I've been posting a lot of music lately, so you can check that out. I'm also on a show that's gonna be coming out soon with Molly, called
Hashtag the Concord.
I remembered before you. Concord. And it's also going to be on the Transverse on the YouTube, so you can check us out there, and I'll be there. But yeah.
Wonderful. And you'll get to see us kind of sent back in time. You'll get to see younger, more innocent versions of us.
Yeah.
We started recording in February, I think, of this year. So we're so excited to debut the 15-episode arc for y'all. We hope that you enjoy it as much as we enjoyed working on it. And so I don't want to bury the lead here because we still have one more wonderful cast member to acknowledge, Micah. Where else can we find you, Gorge?
You can't find me anywhere, and don't even try to look for me. No, actually, you probably can find me if you come to the north of England and you happen to be in the region of the Hancock Great North Museum. I will be there most of the summer, doing some exciting performance work surrounding their sort of choose that your own adventure multimedia
Cool.
museum trail. So I will be there next on the 30th, 31st of May and 1st of June on the bank holiday weekend and throughout the summer. Otherwise, don't try and find me on the internet unless you are going to the Transverse, where you will see me in this time slot every month in a different game. This is just a filling game. So hopefully back with Wonderland Complications next month, third Saturday of the month.
And thank you so much for that. We're so excited to have Lee and the rest of our folks, Mr. the Alien, our friend Al. We're so excited to have everybody back for next month, and we're really looking forward to see what Molly Fox and Gorge get up to. What banter they had. Good bands. I am Molly. You'll find me on Instagram at Molly_P70. I am the GM for the Concord no Mananji, which will be debuting soon on YouTube. I will be posting about it obnoxiously. Enjoy that. Suffer with me. It's going to be amazing. And it's a wonderful show featuring Adora as Karis. Just a wonderful character. You're going to love them so much. A Carister. And some other folks I've had the lovely opportunity to work with throughout my time DMing for LARP. And I'm so excited to bring this product to y'all. And so I want to thank everybody at the Transverse for the opportunity to do this impromptu one-shot. And I am hopeful that we will see y'all again soon. Thank you so much for watching. Ciao.
Thanks.
We love you.
Goodbye. Love you. Love you. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.